Hey everybody, it's Casual Boobs coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be covering the K-2 very briefly. This is never before released. It's a Tier 8 Soviet heavy tank premium, and it's released in this auction event that Wargaming have sprung on us. So we'll just get right into it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on anything. It's going to be fast. Okay, so the gist here, the high points, we're going to compare it to a Defender because it compares really well to a Defender. You got worse DPM than a Defender, worse standard pen than a Defender. However, I will say that the premium pen of 265 on APCR and the premium pen of 270 heat rounds on the K2, I would rather, I think, have the 270 heat rounds than the 265 APCR. But that's kind of debatable, I suppose. But yeah, it's fine. That's like, this is okay. And 203 is perfectly manageable. So the penetration's okay. The reload, though, is for frickin' ever, right? It's the same exact reload as the Defender, except you're hitting for 390 as opposed to 440, and that's what makes up the difference. So, standard is 14 seconds. I think you can get that down to maybe like 11. Man, shell velocity is really slow. You get 30 rounds. Again, a lot of this is the same from the Defender, right? Slow shell velocity, right? The big thing here is, okay, so the mobility is worse. It would seem. And I'm going to play some here in just a second, so you can skip right to that if you want to see. But top forward speed is 30 rather than 35, so that's you're capping it at 30, which is really bad, right? That's like super heavy's level of slow. Reverse speed is 12. That actually hurts a lot more than you would think, right? That's when you can't back up and get into cover. That's bad. The power to weight of 13 is not great, but also you get way better ground resistances. So we'll have to just play it out in the game and see what that looks like and how it feels. But I have a feeling it'll be about the same level of mobility as a Defender, which is not fast. Yeah, and you're looking at the tank traverse effective values are way slower. So I have a feeling this thing is going to feel really sluggish. Like, you look at the effective traverse of a Defender is on medium terrain is 25 degrees per second, and on this it's 16.4, which is way slower. So that's not good. And then you do have 10% faster aim time, same exact final dispersion. But here's where the bad stuff happens. So you have worse turret traverse bloom and substantially worse tank traverse soft stats, right? So this is way, way worse, and the Defender is already not good. So we'll see how it plays out in the game, but I have a feeling the gun is going to feel really, really derpy. You only get 6 degrees of gun depression, which is okay, but it's just basically enough that you can kind of sort of make, like, you're certainly not working ridges, not unless you're very clever, I suppose. And then the armor does seem to be legit. I'll talk about that in certain ways. The other big thing I wanted to talk about is, let me see here, the view range. The Defender has bad view range at 350. The K2 has 340 meters of view range. Like, good lord. So just based off the stats alone and looking at the armor and stuff, like the armor, yada yada, really what it's supposed to do, best case scenario, you're supposed to be reverse side scraping, I think, because even this is against like tier 10 heat rounds, and you look like this. So you can get pen, but it's pretty good considering it's a tier 8 heavy tank. And against not a tier 8 heavy tank, you're way better even than that. The armor is pretty legit some of the time, but the gun is really potato and it's really slow. So I don't think it's going to be, I think in certain situations it's going to be stupid broken and there's nothing you can do about it and yada yada yada, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to dominate as much as the Defender did, because it hits for less and it's slower and yada and things like that. So like, I don't think this is like the next hottest thing that you must have. I think I'd still rather have a BZ. The BZ shits all over this, by the way. So not that that's really good for the game. I think neither, whatever. But like, I think this is pretty analogous to a Defender, but a lot of things that are worse than a Defender. And the armor is a little bit better, but in some ways. But the Defender armor is already good. So yeah. Anyways, so you're supposed to reverse side scrape in this thing, I think. And you can see here, so it's got this pike, and it's got a lower plate that's weak. It's 180. That means standard rounds from every tier 8's going in this. And I think, let's see, let's just say like a tier 6, like a Rudy. So a Rudy, like a T3485, tier 6 is going to have to tap 2 to go into this probably, but that's, that's still not very strong, so that's fine. Your lower plate is weak, And the shoulder plates, they would normally be very weak, right? But because they're so very well angled, it's 160 and it's angled in such a way that if you can flatten it out, like it's so steep of an angle. If you can get above these things, then it's golden. It kind of sort of resembles in my mind almost like a 279E, an Object 279E, because it's got this the armor's not that strong, but it's so sloped that it makes it super good. And if you can use some gun depression, or you can buck the tank up on a hill or something like that, then you're just god tier. You do have this shot trap under the turret and stuff, but that's, and a cupola, and the turret is overmatchable, but that's really small. Those are really small targets to hit. So I think the armor is really good. It's worth noting, this is notable, the side armor behind the tracks is 150 and 160 millimeters thick, which, why does that matter? That's not that good, is it? Is it, Boops? It is. It is that good. Now, I don't know how much it helps you, except for when you're trying to side scrape. But for example, the 705A, which is like supposed to be the king side scraper, the side armor on that is only 100 millimeters thick. And so if you really need to side scrape very carefully, or you just get penned, right? In a 705A, you can see it's penning itself right here. So the K2 has way better side armor than a tier 10. So that's worth noting, is that you don't even have to, it's very forgiving. You side scrape in this thing and you screw it up, and you still have 400 meters of effective armor. So side armor is pretty legit. Just armor in general seems to be pretty legit. And the gun is potato as fuck. That's the gist. So if you want this thing, it looks like they're putting it on the auction site, the auction thing, for like 8,000 gold as a starting bid. I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. You decide. I can't decide for you whether that's worth it. Is this going to be fun for you to play? I don't know. We'll just see. Let's get into it. I'll play some games. All right, so we're going to do this one live because Wargaming didn't give me a lot of time to test this. This is the equipment that I'm using for this because I think it needs everything, all the help it can get with regards to aiming and DPM. And even with a really maxed out crew and food and stuff, I'm not even hitting 400 meters of view range, which is awful. But we're just going to go. We're just going to send it in, and we're going to do it live. So you get to see me play like garbage in real time. This is not a pre-recorded game. So we got all tier 8s, luckily. This is just, that's weird. No tier 10s. I feel pretty good about this, actually. This could be a pretty good matchup, frankly. And we'll see what the mobility is like. You can see the view range is just really bad. Even, again, this crew has every skill, and I'm running food and stuff. I think even with optics, you might struggle to get to 445. It's just, ugh. Oh, the gun also actually doesn't, when you're helping it with V-stabs and everything else, this actually doesn't seem as bad as I thought it would be, but good lord is it slow. Look at how 30 feels bad. I think I'm going to need to change something about this. Like, that is unacceptable. Unacceptably slow. It takes a second. That does take a second to aim, doesn't it? Alright, let's just see if we can't slap somebody here that's waiting very patiently in these bushes. See if maybe our Super Pershing or Iron Arnie spots somebody up here. And I kind of want to go where that Leva is going in our team, except I don't have the speed to get there or the reverse speed to leave, and so if I go there, I'm kind of committed, and I don't really want to commit. So the Leva can do it. I really can't. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. This is my moment. No, oh no, that's... Come on. Just gotta be patient here. We haven't seen... Oh, there's their other heavy. Okay. AMBT, you are my chosen one. I missed. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna reload a heat round to deal with the angly bits on the AMBT. I would look pretty good. Yes, it did hit. Okay, it hit. Good. That's a Ferdinand. We eat Ferdinands. That's fantastic. Somebody's shooting HE. Probably that BZ. And I'll load an AP round for the side of this. I'll reload the heat rounds for the shoulder on this IS-3. Come on now. Now, back to AP rounds. I'm planning on shooting them in the side. And so if I'm shooting them in the side, I don't want the heat rounds to be absorbed by the tracks. Just don't want them to see that I'm coming. Oh, doesn't matter. Lol, doesn't matter. Okay. Back to heat. Intuition is like the best skill ever. I would say so far the gun feels better than I expected, and the mobility feels worse than I expected. He's gonna poke out. He's gonna do it again. Wait for it. 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 We don't want to hit that light pole, because the heat round will get absorbed by the light pole. Come on, Ferdinand. You'll be fine, buddy. Yes! Feels bad to be a Ferdinand, just in general. Huh, reload feels kind of long. Again, it's, yeah, so the gun feels better than I expected it to feel. But the mobility is way worse than I expected, so that's interesting. This is why we play test. Because I'm not going to say the gun is good, but at least, you know, with food and everything else, the gun is at least manageable. And this mobility, like this T-32 is just motoring past me. 30 is really bad. But 35 is still, like, you have to put a turbo on this thing just to get this speed that a frickin' Defender already has. That's kind of irritating. So we're going to focus the Ferdinand if we can. Because he's the one shot. And because he's a Ferdinand. I'm not going to get tagged by the WZ. And in 7 years, when I reload, we'll pick this Tiger 2. Come on. Okay. So this is good timing on our part. We did this exactly when we needed to because the 1-2 line is being pushed by their team, and they've pretty much taken it. So we needed to take some part of the map so we could live and exist. Oof. No. So I haven't blocked any damage because no one's actually shot me yet. It's really not a great example of, you know, how good the armor is in this thing. But, alright, so now I want to definitely be careful so that I don't... Oop. Okay. Yeah, okay, well that's interesting. Gun feels way better than I expect. Yeah, I keep repeating myself, but I'm just surprised. Because on paper, it would look like complete dog shit. But as it turns out, when you put a V-stab and an improved aiming on the tank, it's pretty decent. I'm also against tier 8s, so that helps a lot. How do I want to approach? I want to approach in the way that gets me to shoot this AMBT. Ah. Somebody got him. Alright, so both of the TS5s are on the 1 line. One's at C1, one last spotted at E1, so I'm expecting to not have to deal with anything super crazy over here. It's probably going to be the Scorpion and the SU-130PM, so I can pretty much just... I mean, they have good guns and all, but I don't have to aim for weak spots. I can just shoot both of those tanks. So, let's just drive forward. And all I have to do is spot them, and we have a firing squad set up here. Now, spotting things in this tank is much easier said than done. But we'll just see. I'm going to drive into this little bowl right here and hopefully not get exploded. Come on. You can see the mobility. Good lord. I mean, in 22, Feels kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Whoop. I spotted an even 90. We're gonna go this way, so we make him work a little harder to shoot us. Lol. Okay, perfect. Just do, just driving along. Oh my god. I didn't feel like I deserved that. That didn't feel correct. Okay. Quick. No. Yahtzee, 5 kills. Alright, only 1800 damage. Well, it was 1 blind shot on the Pantera, or AMBT, or whatever it was. So yeah, the gun is a lot more well-behaved than I expected it to be. But I'm probably... The ammo count is a real problem, though. I definitely don't want... I'm probably going to have 1 HE round, and the rest of them are going to be AP and heat rounds, because 30 rounds feels like a lot, but it's not that much, frankly. Yeah, I mean, you can get more done with your 30 rounds in your defender, because 440 as opposed to 390. But yeah, this is an alright game. I don't know. This hasn't been released to the public yet, and so this second class kind of means nothing. But anyways, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this around to be a mobility slot. We're going to take, come on. We're going to take this, put it over here, and take this and make it a turbo. And I'm not running any purple or pink stuff because I wanted this to feel like what most people would experience, right? Most people aren't running purple and pink and everything else. And so I was just like, all right, let's just make this legit. Let's make this what everybody else will feel. Yeah, this seems better. Let's do this. And let's play one more. We'll play one more and get you guys a good feel for the tank. So far, it seems better than I expected, I will say, because the gun I thought was just going to be like a VK75 whatever shitbox, and I just cannot stand that tank because it can't hit anything. But this thing so far has behaved rather well, so we'll see if I feel the same after another game. Okay, so I am not fast enough for sure to get to the hill. That's just not even an option. So I'm not going to try to make a hill run, but I think I can play on the corner of that hill. Play on the corner of the 9-0 line and be effective, because the armor in this thing is kind of dumb. I think it's dumb. No one shot me last game, so we'll see. But already the mobility feels better. Like I'm still getting outpaced by a Leva, which is not great. But 35, 40 down the hill. But 35 feels so much better than 30. Good God. The difference between 55 and 50 is not as much as the difference between 30 and 35. Percentage-wise, and just how it feels. Like I can actually sort of get to the fight at around the same time as everybody else, is what it seems like. Which is what I'm going for. The CS is about to be annoying. Thank you. Back up, buddy. Don't be in the way. You don't have armor to be where you are. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god. Trying not to be a pain in the ass, but everybody's making it rather difficult to not be a pain in the ass. Touch. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna try not to give my whole side away. I can't see those guys. So what do? I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Something shot that something shot the lever for 300 as he pulled out. So that's something in the back bush. I think it's that Barask. The Barask is back there playing Tank Destroyer, which is smart, because that tank totally can. What we need to do here is pick this... Oh, this is bad. What we need to do is not get shot by a Barask twice. And I've... Oh, I snapped it too soon. Alright, I've made a mistake. This is a mistake. This is a big mistake. Yes, that was an error. So, first the Iron Arnie needs to go. And then I can push around in that AMBT. Come on. There we go. Alright. There's our Barask buddy. Okay. Keep ignoring me, Barask. Okay. And now we're going to push up through here. This LTTB is in the middle since our scouts have died, except for our even 90. What the hell is he doing? But, okay, so we have pretty good control over this. And alright, the gun, I snapped the hell out of that. These couple of games, these couple of shots, I've just been snapping them super, super hard. But you can see that the Barask does not have good shots, and I'm actually going to load an HE round for him, or when he does that again, because you know he's going to. There's just... Come on. Do it. There you go. Now he's tracked. He gets farmed. Good. So that actually worked out okay. Everybody's lit right now, except for... Everybody's lit. So, we need to do this and push this side. And I need to not die. I was trying to... Problem here is... We need these... Oh, no. But once the Barask dies, then we can come around the far side. And we need to push these guys because this other side is not looking great. And I need to pen my shots. That's on me. This is a player skill issue. But I don't want to go to the top of the hill because they own the middle. And so... Ah! Wanted the pixel. I've been asking the gun to do a lot more unreasonable things in this game than I did in the last one, so... Like, that was just a bad shot. But again, I have bounced a bunch of this. Okay, so this is a perfect example. I have bounced a ton of stuff. The lower plate doesn't bounce things, but it shouldn't, right? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's doing it well. So that's on me. I just let a T832 do T832 things. That was his whole goal in life. So now I'm a one-shot because I've played very badly. Please forgive my lack of talent.
Stop your advance.
Good. Good, okay. Alright. How do we do this in a way that's intelligent? I want to make them come and make a mistake. Oh, and here they come. Make a mistake. Yeah, I should have done this a little bit sooner, and I should have gotten behind this rubble pile because of the dead tank, because then I could be hull down. And right now, I don't think we're gonna do this unless this IS-3A manages to pen a bunch of shots and pick some one-shots. Maybe. This CS has got a simp for him. He's doing it, kind of. I have to watch this. Oh, I needed to pen that, but it doesn't matter. We did it anyways. The 832. I have to say, the T832 is playing really well. I have made a bunch of mistakes, and you know. All right, I'm gonna get out of the game. I'm sorry. So this isn't relevant to the actual game, the tank review. But hopefully this has helped you decide whether this is something you want. I will admit, when I was at first looking at the stats, I thought this thing would be a giant piece of shit. And as I'm playing it, it doesn't seem like that much of a piece of shit. I don't think it's like super good and super broken. I think the armor can be very annoying if you don't aim or if someone plays really well or whatever. But I think the speed holds it back, and there's enough downsides. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be solidly decent. So, anyways, that's it for me, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.